Hi everyone, 4th of October, it's Wednesday, 17 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. Here's my latest video blog. Today I'm just going to do a second video on Spectre, just because I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into what this is all about. And I've been watching some videos on YouTube, and I decided to get onto the website and just dig a little bit more into their roadmap and a couple of their other, onto the team page, and just find out a little bit more about who's actually behind this entire space, I suppose, or this new service that's coming up. And this is what interests me as a whole in regards to blockchain. And blockchain, when it first came out, was all about currency. I mean, Bitcoin was first, and now we're seeing all these new services. And I've been covering a few of the financial services like PayPal, and there was Populous, and then you've got Spectre. They're slightly different in the sense that they do different things, but when it comes to the financials and people looking to further their wealth or increase the efficiency of their business, or find other opportunities to get ahead in this society, it takes a little bit of work to find out where these opportunities are, and that's what is really interesting about blockchain and all these ICOs, and there's some really exciting things coming forward. And Spectre's no different. Now, what Spectre is essentially is a decentralized online trading platform, futures, where you can actually use your cryptocurrencies to make gains. And there are some videos in regards to the actual live alpha version of this platform. But what I wanted to do today was just dig into the roadmap and dig into the team a little bit, just to give you, I suppose, a face to the business as well. Now, the reason why I'm looking at this as one of the ICOs, or as a token as part of my own portfolio, is just because I'd like to have some diversification. I'm actually interested in trading as well, so this personally interests me, and I don't think this will interest everyone. Not everyone is interested in doing online trading, and I get that. And that's just where you've got to make these decisions for yourself. But when you go and have a look at their alpha testing platform, you'll see that it's very interesting, and it's actually very clean, and I think there's going to be a lot of people interested in it. But what have they got ahead in regards to their roadmap? They've got their token pre-sale coming up, and I suggest that you jump onto their Telegram group, which is Spectre. It's actually down in the bottom left here. There's a little button here. You can click that, and that will give you or prompt you to the Telegram. I think when you sign up to the Telegram groups, you do get a nice window into the energy and feedback, and they are actually actively involved in this particular Telegram group, which gives me a lot of confidence, and I think that's a positive. Plus, you'll get some information on the pre-sale of the tokens. No doubt, if you sign up on the home page, I think just up the top here, there's some information here. You can register for the pre-sale, watch a video, and sort of learn a little bit more about what you're getting involved in. Then there's going to be a main public sale, and they've got the public beta with testnet integration coming up, and that's in the fourth quarter of this year. Then in the new year, they're going to be looking at smart contracts and decentralized app services and security audits, hopefully getting the mainnet integration, product launch, marketing, acquisitions, and trademark applications. So, quarter one next year is when they're going to really be pushing and surging forward. And, time flies. So, these things do take time as well, and it's good to see that they've actually got a roadmap. I've seen a lot of ICOs that have a very grey outlook on what they're actually doing. So again, this builds a lot of confidence. When you do go to the documents up here, you'll see they've got some great outlines and some forecasts and things like that. So anyone that's looking to invest, or just even interested in what they're actually looking and doing in the next couple of years, it's all there. Then in quarter 2 to quarter 4 2018, they're looking at creating some new assets and trade types. And the thing about any testnet or platform, the simple rule is to create a minimal workable product. I think that's the best thing you can do. A lot of people hold back on, and they're too scared, or they fear putting their product out there. You've got to put it out there to be scrutinised and look to improve and get feedback. I mean, that's how things get better. And that's what I think will happen with this as well. There'll be a lot of feedback, people who have good and negative experiences, and they'll learn from that, and they can put all that together. And 2018 will be a massive year of development for them. They're also looking at getting involved with Forex and CFD trading, and they've also got, in 2019, they're looking at a DApp store and automated order matching. investing. So that's what they've got over the next 2 years, you know, and there's no fixed times and dates, and I think that's what you've got to understand, is that in the IT industry, in general, you know, you have a forecast, but there's always things that come up, and they've got to do a lot of testing and making sure that, you know, there's no bugs, and working through these things does take time. So you're investing in something that's going to take 2 or 3 years to really manifest, but it looks like they've got a very good, clear outlook for at least the next 6 months, starting with their token sale. So again, show some diligence. Go and read this up for yourself and see this, if this is something for you, and whether or not it fits in your diversified portfolio. I mean, every ICO and blockchain technology that you invest in will bring a certain return of investment. You've just got to work out where that fits in your timeline and how that relates to you as an individual. The next thing was the team. Now, it's easy to put names and pictures up on a website. I wanted to go in and dig in a little bit further just to see what these guys are all about. Now, Karan has been actively on YouTube doing some interviews with some of the well-known YouTubers, and so he's a real guy. He exists. I've seen some of his videos. Now, to actually see the videos, I've clicked a button here. There's a under videos, you can see some of the latest videos they've done with Mike B and Jay Snip, etc., and Andreas. And these are great opportunities just to get a bit of a feel for what all of this is about. Because, like I said, you've got to show some diligence when you're making these decisions. So Karan, the one thing I also noticed is that he's got a bit of experience with the big boys. And when I talk about the big boys, I'm talking about banking sector, JP Morgan, you know, we're talking about hedge funds and all sorts of stuff. Goldman Sachs, he's been an executive director in research and investment for Goldman Sachs. And these, I think from my experience in business, that word experience does go a long way. You know, I think people get caught up in their training and university and those type of things, and anyone that's been in business for themselves or working for someone else will know that the greatest attributes to their portfolio as a person is the experience that they gain from, you know, actively being involved in the sector, and people you know as well. It's all about networking, and I'm sure Karan's got a lot of people he knows and is going to support this business moving forward. But you know, it's early days. So also, if you click on this little IN here, so it takes a little bit of, you know, you're going to put your browser over the top of some of these buttons sometimes to work out what they actually mean. This actually links to his LinkedIn profile. So I brought that up and had a bit of a read, and it just covers his timelines when he was with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and things like that. Again, this is LinkedIn. You know, it's always good to see that he's got some referrals and he's got some connections and those type of things, and you can read these things yourself, which gives you confidence in what you're actually doing. And Zesis is on here as well. He's had a little bit of experience in financial forecasting and risk management, and he's going to be responsible for the liquidity pool. And I think that that's what they've done, is they've allocated specific roles to these people to cover certain aspects of the business that are going to be very important. You can't do everything yourself. I know what that's like. It's very, very hard. So when you've got a great team behind you, you generally tend to have greater success. So far so good in regards to Spectre. Now the other thing too with Spectre is I'm going to come back to the white paper. I think a lot of people have, I can't speak for everyone else, but I always go to the white paper. I always go to the website and you have a look at the website and see what it's about, get an idea, and then if you get that far, you've got to get to the white paper, because in the white paper you do get a lot of inside information on how the interworkings of the token are going to actually, how that relates to you as a holder of the token, what the returns are, the percentages, are there any fees, that type of stuff. Some of the small talk that, you know, or the small print that you may not necessarily see on the website. So again, you know what, you have to sit down with a cup of coffee and actually work your way through these documents and get a feel for it, especially if you're investing your money. And that's what I've done, and there's been a lot of information here. I think the big thing with this is from my point of view, the lifestyle that I've set up as an individual. I've created a lot of time for myself during the day, and that's why this particular niche is going to be of interest to me, because I know I could make a few trades throughout the day, because I am watching the markets quite often, and when you're watching the markets you do get a little bit more experienced, especially with the ups and downs, and if you're in touch with the news and you have an understanding of what's affecting the market and what's the energy like, you can make some pretty good calls. And I think again that comes down to experience, and that's that word. And yeah, that's all I really wanted to share with you, was just those two things: the roadmap, a couple of the team members, you know, make sure you get onto the videos, go and see what these other guys are doing, come and have a look at the one-on-one interviews, see if you, I suppose, relate. And if you relate to these guys and you can feel their energy, then sometimes that does help make a decision. But again, these are things that you've got to work out. So that's all I have for you today. I'm going to keep it pretty short. I've got some other videos. I'm going to do another one on another ICO coming up shortly. Let me know what you think of Spectre as a whole. Let me know what you think of the platform, and go and have a look at the testnet and let me know what you think in the comments. And also just tune into my Steem profile at Sebastian Jago. You can comment there. We tend to have a little bit of a conversation, and I do write up a little bit more on these videos in that format. So thanks for watching, guys, and tune into my next video, and thanks. Have a great day.